All right, we're going to go ahead and do a couple more problems for the assignment right here. So on these last, or sorry, for the notes, but it'll help you on your assignment. So on these last problems, you're going to notice that if I try to do the same process, I cannot find a y value of -1/3 that is already on or labeled on our unit circle. So what you're going to have to do is actually create your own right triangle. So sine, since it's a negative angle and we're using the inverse of sine, I'm going to have a right triangle in the fourth quadrant. This is going to be my angle. Now remember, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So our opposite side would be -1 according to this top number, and our hypotenuse would be 3. Just as a side note, the hypotenuse should always be positive. So that's why I put the opposite side as the -1. Then I'm going to go ahead and use Pythagorean theorem to solve for this value right here, which since I have the hypotenuse, I'm going to take that hypotenuse squared, subtract the leg squared, and that should equal this missing side. So 3 squared minus, or 9 minus 1 is 8. 8 is equal to x squared, so x equals the square root of 8. Now it's technically plus or minus, but since I'm on the positive x-axis right here, I'm just going to take the positive square root of 8. I'm going to simplify that to be 2 squared of 2. And then once I've found that, now I can find tangent. Now remember, tangent is opposite over adjacent. So tangent of our angle, because this right here just represents an angle, right? But tangent of our angle is going to be the opposite side, so -1, over our adjacent side, so 2 squared of 2. And then I'll rationalize that by multiplying by the square root of 2 on top and bottom. So I have negative square root of 2 over 2 times another, this will be 2 right here, so 2 times 2 is 4. And there's our answer. So, same idea. By the way, only do this if the value is not on the unit circle already. That's when we're going to draw our own right triangles. Okay, so same idea for this one. -4, there's nothing on here. Well, secant is, I should say, the reciprocal of x. So 1 over x equals -4, meaning x equals -1/4. So I'm going to actually use SOHCAHTOA. Now secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So in this case, cosine is -1/4. And since we're using secant, we're going to go into the second quadrant, like so. So this is going to represent our angle. And it doesn't matter what that angle is. So my adjacent side is -1, my hypotenuse is 4. Because remember, the hypotenuse is always positive. And then I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem. So my hypotenuse minus one of the legs squared. So the hypotenuse squared minus one of the legs squared should be the other leg. I'm going to call it y squared. So it's the y value. So this gives me 15 is equal to y squared. So y is equal to the square root of 15, positive or negative square root of 15. Well, since the y value is going up, I know it's the positive square root of 15, and it does not simplify. So then I just go ahead and sine is my opposite, so square root of 15 over my hypotenuse, so 4, and there would be my answer.